Hey, little Danny, don't you cry. I am you from much later in your life. I know your hair is wild. I know you have no style. You're still a virgin, and you will be for a while. Danny, don't you know that you are hard as fuck on the inside? Everybody knows the best bananas will be ripe with time. Danny, don't you know that you kick so much ass on the inside? Danny, don't you know? Danny, don't you know? Danny, don't you know? Hey, little Danny, don't be blue. You had a growth spurt and you're suddenly 6'2". The girls are steering clear. You walk like a newborn deer. Send birthday invites, and now all your friend is here. Danny, don't you know that you are cool as fuck on the inside? You're just going through an awkward phase from 12 to 29. Danny, don't you know that everyone feels weird on the inside? Danny, don't you know? 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 Close your eyes and you will see a window into your destiny. Now you're on top, and they want more. You step on stage and they come alive. No one cares that you're 35. You're a rock star on a centaur.
Where'd you get a centaur?
You're still a nerdy kid inside, but now you finally found your tribe. Hear the crowd roar. Give 'em what they came for. What? Okay, thanks, guys. Very helpful. Thank you. Shake it off, shake it off. Danny, don't you know that we're all bad as fuck on the inside? Now it's time to rock the show. Come on, you are a star tonight. Danny, don't you know that you're a spandex butterfly for life? Danny, don't you know? 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 Danny, don't you know?
Hello, hello, once again, my faithful PMA LCS lovers. We are here tonight with an epic clash between the Long Anime Schlongs and Ashen E-Girls. I am Andrew, Piper is Piper, joined by my co-caster, Rafal, Gladys. Rafal, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. It's very warm in Illinois, but I'm doing pretty good.
That is good to hear. So we're getting into the picks and bans right away, and we already see the Pyke, Diana, and Anivia taken off the table here.
Yeah, the Pyke is pretty interesting. I haven't really been impressed by anyone playing Pyke so far in PMA LCS or just in general. It's a strong pick if it gets ahead, but it's not sure if it's worth a ban, in my opinion.
All right, well, clearly you haven't seen my man Grant play Pyke. He plays a mean Pyke whenever we're not feeding. So, you know, Shen taking off the board here. General Dill known for his Shen. And Nocturne going to be the last ban by Long Anime Schlongs. And Morgana coming in from the OeG Girls.
Yeah, I wonder if the Diana kind of telegraphs what LAS is looking for in their mid lane. Probably someone who wants to just kind of, you know, sit back and not get dived on. They're a little worried about the Diana just hopping on them. So I'm curious if, you know, the Diana is just, we're scared of C-Van being good on her, or if it's, you know, we want a matchup that doesn't have to go against her. You know, how much of it is the matchup of the mid laner they're planning to use, and how much of it is just being scared of C-Van's Diana in general.
Absolutely. I think they're just trying to take that off the table so he doesn't have that one-shot potential, but the Lucian coming in for Long Anime Schlongs, which will be responded with the Misfortune pick. These are two top-of-the-line marksmen coming in. Lucian has a little bit more agency in the team fights because he has the mobility to get around, but Misfortune is a hassle in the laning phase, and if you can get ahead, you can really just take over the game from the beginning.
Yeah, OeG definitely has to build a little bit more consciously around their AD carry. Lucian can kind of just fit into whatever and just jump around the team fight. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do to keep the MF safe while she ults.
And the Xin Zhao hover coming in for the Jax. I'm going to check and see if that is supposed to be a Jax or a Xin Zhao. But,
no comments. Looking like the Jax.
Yeah, we're gonna check that real quick, but
Just in case.
we'll just check and make sure that it's Jax. Nami coming in for the one trick on Soarpox, one of his favorite supports. Okay, it is a Jax, so that is correct.
Yeah, Lucian Nami, a lot of really easy harass early on, and a nice way to stop the MF ult.
That is true. You know, I didn't think about that earlier, but lots of harass, lots of agency in those team fights. Great disruption, and Kane gonna be the pick for Neil the Steel.
Are you thinking the Jax is gonna go jungle or top first? That's such a early pick.
I think right now it's a flex, but I could see that. I could see it being either. I know Account likes his carries, so I could see that going top lane. But I also know that their jungler, Sir Everett, has played Jax before. LeBlanc coming in for C-Van. That is the champion that carried him to Diamond the first time. And
Yeah,
Victor.
LeBlanc, definitely a champion he can just take the game over with.
Absolutely, look for some free kills early in the game. Just start roaming around and taking over that snowball. Victor and Bard going to be the first two bans in the second round here. Let's see what else we have. But so far it just sort of looks like a comfort sort of thing. There's not really much of a semblance of a team comp yet.
Yeah, both teams kind of getting some pretty strong picks. Everyone seems to be pretty comfortable on the champions. Yeah, two mid lane bans, pushing Kiramar to, you know, dig a little bit deeper. Now, well, four mid lane bans at the end of the day, coming from OeG.
Pushing him to the edge of his champion pool, perhaps.
Yeah, taking away a lot of these, you know, easy wave clearing mid laners. Trying to make it easier for LeBlanc to roam around if the mid laner can't, you know, just keep her pushed in early on.
And let's see what OeG decides to go with here. Rakan is the pickup.
Alright, pretty reliable pick overall.
Yeah, Rakan has seen a bit of a resurgence since this mid-season has come into effect, but here we are with Brand going to be the pickup for the mid lane. Followed
And
by...
allowed for the top lane.
Oh, maybe General Dill has been taking lessons from Sebastian. Or maybe he was the one that taught Sebastian.
Time to finally see where the Jax is going with this last pick.
Even then, I don't even know if that will be much of a tell.
True.
Is it gonna be the Vladimir?
Yes.
It is the Vladimir. Alright, so that is the Jax jungle. Alright.
Alright, well, as we saw, the Brand got picked by Hiramar. I don't really know how much I love that into the LeBlanc. You can harass her a lot, but he's very, very squishy and not very mobile. So if LeBlanc gets ahead, it could be disastrous for LAS.
Absolutely.
Yeah, based on these team comps, who's looking like they have an advantage right now?
I think it's hard to say. I think with long anime schlongs, you're definitely looking for a bit more of a team fight oriented comp with the Brand and the Alawi. The Alawi pretty much just says fight in my zone. Like, we are fighting here, and if you don't fight me here, I'm gonna have a bad time. Brand brings massive team fight damage, along with Nami bringing in the disruption, the healing, Lucian being able to dart around these fights, and Kayn also bringing in the disruption or the assassination potential if he decides to go blue Kayn. Whereas OeG looks like they're just going to look for little pickoffs with Rakan, Jax, LeBlanc, Vladimir roaming around.
I think the main issue I'm seeing with LAS's team comp is that there's no reliable hard engage. Everyone on OeG, outside of MF, has pretty easy escape if LAS is trying to chase them down, and no one on their team right now has a very long distance engage. You know, Alawi has to get her E on somebody, jump onto somebody. Brand has to get his CC off. So, as we are dropping the champ select,
Someone died. It's alright. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything is fine. Oh, multi-client crashing.
oh no.
Kappa Kappa. Top Kappa. Alright, Rafal, hit us with some sweet knowledge while I go deal with this humidifier thing.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah, hold on, I'll be right back.
Well, if you look at the rankings, teams and standings right now, we see OeG is currently tied for 6th place with Popo's pecking order, while LAS is currently in 2nd place, right on the tail of my own team, codename Harry's Next Door, who won 1-1 against Popo's pecking order this week. If Long Anime Schlongs is able to get a 2-0 this week, they will have the opportunity to potentially 2-0 CND next week and take the 1st place seed going into playoffs. But if LAS loses either of their games this week or next week, CND will be able to lock in the 1st place seed. So at the moment, CND and LAS are the only 2 teams currently qualified for playoffs, but LAS has a lot of options in where they could end up. They might, if something disastrous happens to them this series against OeG, they might not even get a 1st round bye. They might get the 1st round bye, and if it goes very, very well for them, and then next week they might manage to secure 1st place and have a very favorable position going into the playoffs.
Alrighty, thank you for that knowledge bomb. That gave me just enough time
Perfect.
to do what I need to do.
Alright, looks like they're ready.
So my basement will no longer be damp and sticky.
Ooh, good to hear.
Yeah, that's not my favorite thing to be in all the time. All the time, sometimes it's okay, but that's alright. Alright, I'm gonna shut this off for now. Woohoo! All right, champion select round 2. Second time's a charm, hopefully.
Yeah, things seem to be going all right. Not really sure where the client crashed. I know there was some issues last night, and I don't know if that's still affecting some people trying to get into League.
I would really hope not, because that was a nightmare and a half for me to deal with. It said I was offline for literally like 30 minutes. I was just like, but I'm in Discord and YouTube and Facebook. Nani? The troll hover coming in from the General Dill.
Thing that kind of standing out to me right now is the Vladimir pick in the top lane for Raquel, which is not a champ we've really seen top lane for a while now. It's been actually pretty consistently played bot, a little bit mid.
Yeah.
But not top for a while.
I do find that interesting, especially because with the Vladimir pickup, you're going to be lacking you're going to be really lacking a significant front line. I mean, you have Jax, who's deceptively tanky with his ult and has the damage reduction with his E against auto attacks. And Vladimir can pull out of stuff, but there's no one here that can actually really truly tank anything for very long.
Yeah, Rakan can build tanky, but you know,
You're
he's
not
a tank.
You're not gonna be sitting there like a Mundo, like, you know, not caring about anyone.
Yeah,
That's what I'm interested in. Why did no one pick Mundo?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I really can't really understand this Vladimir pick. I think there was a lot of different, better options for OeG. I don't know how much of it is maybe just trying to use it against the Alawi. It's not really a matchup that I'm like super familiar with, but I mean, the pool can be used to dodge her E, get away from her pretty easily if she tries to jump on you, but you know, I don't know how badly they're going to want something like that in team fights. Obviously, the damage amplification with the Hema Plague will be pretty nice. I mean, like, they have a very good wombo combo if they can get it off. You know, the Hema Plague will make Misfortune's ult do even more damage. LeBlanc will be able to, like, stick onto people. Jax can get his E off if he jumps into a team fight, which also lets MF ult over them. So I think they have the makings of a good team comp, but I think it's going to take a lot of effort to actually make it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a bit of execution that goes into this team comp, and if they don't execute it, well, rip Suo.
Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, LIS's team comp is a little bit easier to, you know, pull off. Brand just spams his spells. Lucian and Nami should have a pretty good time in lane.
But as you stated, it's very hard for them to get an actual hard engage.
Yeah, exactly. Nami's going to have a pretty, you know, it's going to be, a lot of it is going to be on Nami to get these important picks because no one's going to be able to just, you know, go that deep for the MF, pick her, you know, or try to keep the LeBlanc down while she's blowing people up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and champions seem to be chosen. Vladimir is currently sitting on an Ignite. Not sure if that's going to be joining him in game.
Well, that is very much like a Cal to try and play super aggressively in the top lane, try and get that lead going. But I don't think that General Dill would be stupid enough to fall victim to that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was taking the Ignite with only 15 seconds left. Yeah, well, a huge Vladimir can pretty easily just take over a game, but I really don't think that General Dill on a tank, on a bruiser, is the person to be taking Ignite against. Especially, I mean, if we're looking at OeG, they have 3 Ignites on their team right now, which is... LAS definitely has to keep an eye out for that, but it causes a lot of trouble for LeBlanc and Vladimir to not be taking TP. I mean, I'm not surprised to see Sivan, or John Chris as his name is now, to be taking Ignite. He wants to go for these kills, which is why Brand took Barrier. But a count on this Ignite, he needs to get huge early game.
I mean, you know,
Because he's gonna
Revolt,
have
some
tough
men,
time.
yeah, some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
And apparently Ocean Z Girls really wants the world to burn.
Yeah, trying to make that fire equal out the Brand pick on the other side. Both a lot of fire going on everywhere. Although now that I think about it, Account could have just taken Unsealed Spellbook, which we'll know in about 2 minutes.
This is true. We can't see the runes and masteries taken by these champs because unfortunately we are in spectator and
Yeah,
that
it's
sucks.
rough. Yeah, if there's any champ that's gonna take it, it will be Vladimir. So now that I think about it, it could just be taken for early pressure. The Ignite being taken for early pressure and transitioning to Ghost or Teleport as the game goes on. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And in the bot lane, both supports taking Ignite, including the Nami. So it'll be pretty exciting to see what's going on down there.
Yeah, I guess we'll see a bit of a high action lane in the bot lane. Not really sure what's gonna happen yet. You know, Lucian and Nami are really going to want to get onto that Misfortune, but if Misfortune plays the lane right, she shouldn't have much of an issue.
Yep, exactly. And Cerebr's taking Jax, which is slightly less common jungler, as opposed to Kayn. I have a little bit of trouble trying to get effective ganks off if Rakan can't keep the Lucian and the Nami CC, because they can just Lucian can just run away and Nami can get some movement speed going and cue the Jax, hit him with bubble. So it's really going to be on Spooked and Chaboy to really take over this bot lane, because I don't see Jax being able to get really good ganks off in the bot.
I think the Jax is more picked for the 1v1 potential in the jungle to be able to duel a bit, help out with those skirmishes with the LeBlanc. And I know it is a bit of comfort for Sir Everett, but with the spectator delay winding down, we are going to be getting into game here in a hot second. And that means I need to switch the overlay like so. Easy money.
Ooh, you might want to change the stream title.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have those permissions, so I can't do that.
Fair enough.
I am not a mod of this channel.
Oh dear.
I literally got called on this like 2 hours ago. Like, hey, can you stream? Yeah, I guess.
Oh, Vladimir taking Electrocute. That is not what I expected. So Account wants to go hard. He will be going real hard in this Alawi, and if he doesn't get ahead, he's gonna have a rough time joining into team fights.
Yeah, they're kind of going all in on this all-in thing.
Oh yeah.
Fleet footwork on the Misfortune. I don't like it.
You don't?
I don't like it.
What do you suggest the Misfortune?
I personally like Conqueror if you're gonna go with Precision or Arcane Comet. Dark Harvest
I was thinking the Comet.
Yeah, Dark Harvest is pretty good if you can kind of get snowballing, because it's a really ultra late game build and you can just one-shot people, but you gotta get there first.
Yeah. The Fleet Forward might be kind of being used to match the sustain that the Nami will be giving the Lucian. It's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's the only thing I could think of, but as far as overall combat potential, you're probably never going to be in range of those two. So, I mean, That's just me. And looks like the long anime schlongs are setting up for an invade here, hugging the wall. Sir Everett spots it out and is going to run as fast as he can.
Yeah, wards are placed. They're sitting in that pixel bush, but OeG knows.
Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll find yourself respawning at home.
Alright, so it looks like standard starts from both teams. Kane is setting up at Raptors, although he might be going to red buff. Nope, he's just going to start Raptors. Standard Kane start. Pings all over the place, and my head is going numb. I'm going to kill the Eagles after this game.
Yeah, a lot of teams seem to think that to frustrate the casters, you gotta spam your master, but you can just move the camera away. You cannot move the camera away from the spamming games.
Oh, I love spamming my mastery. I always hope it ends up in the funny fail comp, but never does. Alright, General Chris going in for a trade. Free damage, and that's an electrocute proc. And he won lane. Alright, game's over.
Oh yeah, Brand's taken basically the safest build he can do. He's got the barrier, he's got the cleansing stopwatch coming in. He does not want to be the reason that OeG wins against Fed. Both junglers grabbing Scuttle. No one's fighting for it early on.
Jax takes it significantly faster because of the CC, armor, and MR reduction, whereas Kane just has to beat the crap out of it and hope it ends up well. Kane actually looking top lane for something here. Here he comes, running in through the thing, forces the flash out from Macout, and gets him down to about 100 HP there. So, successful gank. He can definitely look for a return before this lad gets too big. Oh, Boy going in on the initiation, hits Digital Love, actually forces out the heal. And a nice little trade coming in from the bot lane. That will force out his potion.
Spooked is not in the best position right now, though, because he is completely out of mana, but...
Yeah, that's what you get for spamming your spells like an idiot. I'm sorry, I should be neutral here.
No, I'll allow it,
Listen, I see play that is not up to my standards, and I call it out. I'm like the Kobe of PMA LCS. Like, I'll just be like, man, that TP sucked. Oh, but that's all right.
Macout has already used both of his potions. This is getting very rough for him, and if he recalls, he's going to lose so much CS.
Yeah, Zorfox taking a turret shot for free. Macout, yeah, he's down 8 farm against this Alawi. Learning to fear the Alawi. Brand actually backed and got a null magic mantle.
Wow. I wonder what's going to go into it. Could go straight into a Banshee's Veils.
I can see that being a Banshee build. See, Boy going in onto... Yeah, he's going in onto Zorpox. I couldn't remember his name for a second. A cow taking a bad trade, and by taking a bad trade, I mean he just runs away. As his spirit is getting beat down. Turns out vampires aren't very spiritual. Neil the Steel coming in for a gank. So Boy hopping to him and then going for the whatever it's called. I don't know these abilities, man. I just call it Rakan W.
Rakan jump, you know. He's got a couple of those, though.
He's got the shieldy jump and the engagey jump. Getting a nice Q onto the Zorpox there. The Count's still trying to farm under his turret, but he's just having a really bad time here. And without a TP, he's going to lose a lot of his farm.
Yeah, Alawi also took his minion dematerializers, so she's going to be pushing these lanes so hard every time it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at a 20 CS deficit.
And with this wave at the turret, she can absolutely push another wave. And then back and TP back. She might not even have to TP back, honestly.
I mean, she's full health.
Yeah, but just to keep up that item advantage.
Yeah, true.
Yep, there's the recall coming in. Nice 49 CS to 28. Almost 5 full waves ahead. Sir Everett's taxing his mid laner for no good reason. Sivan actually may have called him in to help him push the wave so that he can back. That's actually most likely the call there. Support's gonna trade some healing thingies. The Gleaming Quill and the Ebb and Flow. See, I know those ones.
It's getting a good harass on it, but not me. The Ares probably very, very frustrating.
Oh, I'm sure. The Ares shield is super annoying. It gives you free damage and also a free shield. Account's coming back with a vengeance, but not enough of a vengeance. Now, Zorpox is sitting down here with very little mana. Spooked also has very little health and mana. He still does have the heal to rely on, should he need it. And honestly, he's like 2 hits from dead. So...
Yeah, Cerberus is sitting in that river, and so is General Chris. Probably thinking of, you know, making the most out of the, out of LAS's bot lane being pushed out, but they just choosing to follow instead.
Neil of Steel gonna look top lane, forces the Ignite out of Account for nothing, so summon her down for Account. Interesting play.
40 CS down for a cow.
Yeah, he is having what we call in the business a bad time.
Oh yeah.
Account actually going to fight for his spirit this time. It's still not doing much though, because Alawi doesn't really care about your feelings. Speaking of not caring for your feelings, Sir Everett's is here on to Hiramar, forcing the flash out. The Ignite's down, forcing out the barrier on Hiramar, but first blood going to Sir Everett's. Surely was dead. Just delaying the inevitable. And even with the Negatron cloak first buy, still goes down to the combined might of the Jax. But now Jax is a little bit too deep, and Neil the Steel steals the life from Sir Everett, stealing back that kill for his team. Yeah, that was a bad invade.
Yeah, just a little bit over aggressive. Probably thinking that, you know, the brand's dead, I can do whatever I want for a little while.
No.
Expecting bot lane.
You still have a Kayn who's alive, and the bot lane has had priority this entire game. No. Despite, you know, Ashen Z-Girl's bot lane being up in farm, they've been pushed to tower most of this time, so... Oh, nice Q on the Digital Love. Yeah, that double up can really hurt if you kill a minion on it because it automatically deals double damage.
Oh yeah.
Now Spooked, it looks like he's gonna try and contest Kayn for this pink ward, but he clears the vision and gets out scot-free. General Dill is just hitting some minions.
Dill's still hanging out in that bottom river. Might want to go for a gank in the bot lane.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he
he's
is
feeling
behind. They are pushed up pretty well, and he is here already. He's got the double buffs. He's hitting onto them. See, boy, forcing out the ulti. I don't know where Neil the Steel went, but he disappeared on my screen. Oh, he's in the bot lane bush.
What happened?
Yeah.
Took me a second too.
I was like, he didn't die, but he's not there anymore. I can't find him. There he is.
That was some real miscommunication from LAS, honestly. The other Steel hopped right in, took a ton of damage, and took a long time for Zorbox to react to that.
Yeah, I think the communication there needed to be, hey, I'm going in, go, do something. But they did their best impression of a dead mime, and did nothing. I don't know why
Why does it have to be a mime? I think a lot of dead things do nothing.
You know, I really wish I had an explanation for my analogies, but I don't. So you're just gonna have to.
That.
You're just gonna have to deal with it. Looking at the CS differentials, General Dill is really putting on a show in the top lane.
Yeah, with a completed Black Cleaver.
Oh, a Count flashing onto Neil the Steel, getting the Hemo Plague, and he does take down Neil the Steel, solo killing the jungler, saying, hey, just because I'm down in farm doesn't mean I can still kill you. That'll teach him.
Yeah, making that guy mean something.
Yeah.
Stacking that Dark Seal.
And with that, Sir Everett is going to take down the Mountain Drake on the bot lane. The Ashen Sea Girls do pick that up. With the jungler dead, you can just kind of take these objectives for free. So, questionable engage by Neil the Steel, but hey, you know, we all have questions. General Chris flashing onto Hiramar, and Tuboy coming in to steal the kill from his mid laner. Report him for griefing. That was BM. Oh, but good cleanup onto Hiramar. Really punishing this immobile brand pick. And Sir Everett's camping in the bush for Neil the Steel. Jumps onto him. Tuboy here as well, and Sir Everett's taking him to Clown Town.
Oh, that bounce was not good.
And Zorpox is also having a bad time. He does get the ult and flash away. Meanwhile, Account is just dying under turret to General Dill. And General Dill takes him to Pound Town. General Chris killing Zorpox on the back end. This game is a fiesta, and I'm having a great time. Are you having a good time?
I'm having a pretty good time. This is wild. I'm
Yeah.
not on directed camera, so you talk about a kill happening, I scroll up there, and then you're calling a different thing going on, and I'm just like, whoa.
As the play-by-play, I need to have directed camera on. Oh god, this is wonderful.
The Alawi has a 2K gold lead right now.
I'm not surprised.
The Alawi has pretty much is pretty much the only thing keeping this game even between the teams right now.
Well, someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, but Neil the Steel is here onto Spooked. Huge damage, and Digital Love takes down Spooked, getting revenge for whatever he said about his mother. And that's going to give the bot lane a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah. What's really rough for me to watch right now is this brand build. You know, he wants to be putting out so much damage. He wants to be, you know, working on some damage items. He's got Merc. He's working on an Abyssal Mask. I mean, it is rough. That Abyssal Mask, I mean, it's not going to be that useful. It's only going to amplify his own AP damage at the end of the day.
And that's only within a very small radius of the champion himself. Like, I think Abyssal Mask on brand first item is a pretty abysmal build. You know, I mean, I know you want to try and survive the LeBlanc burst, but here's a better idea. Don't pick brand!
Yeah, you know, I mean, they banned 4 champions away that Hiramar could have used to wave clear and stop junkers from roaming, but instead, you know, to make up for that, he just picked something that junkers can get kills on easily, something super immobile. I mean, it's, you know, not that much better.
I think a better pick into this lane may have actually been Galio if he plays it. Able to match the roams of the LeBlanc pretty easily. Does get to build somewhat tanky regardless, but still does a bunch of damage.
Yeah, LAS does have a lot of damage on their other champions. They don't really need this brand right now, and he's not offering that much right now.
Well, General Chris is boxing in the bot lane here at the tier 2. And the entirety of Ocean's E-Girls are down here. They are seeing a lot of map pressure on the top side, though, because of this play, and nothing actually comes of it except for stealing the Krugs.
This is a TP out of General Dill for literally nothing.
It does, but they traded, you know, pressure on top side for Krugs, and they gave up Rift Herald.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's pretty rough.
Hirmar actually getting off a huge ult that unfortunately bounces back to Sir Everett's Spirit instead of following the team. Womp womp. Oh, Neil the Steel is on the wrong side of this, though. He ulties onto account, and Sir Everett's just bops him into the ground with a lamppost.
Yeah, these junglers have been overextending quite a bit, but at the end of the day, Sir Everett's is coming ahead.
Captain Dogbeard in the chat saying, wow, this really is a fiesta. Thank you, Captain Dogbeard. Spam some emotes in the chat for me. I would really appreciate it.
Spook getting found
Oh,
by General
Spooked is
Dill.
on the wrong side of this one. He's gonna ulti onto General Dill, but Dylan doesn't really care. Digital Love is here, and yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not
As-
sure why Spook let himself get caught that deep.
As the resident self-proclaimed best AD carry in the league, what are you doing? That was an awful place to be. I don't care if you want your farm. You don't overextend that far.
Yeah, he's got a CS lead. He's doing pretty good for himself.
You know, except for that boneheaded mistake. Alright, all things aside, it is still 4-6, relatively even game, actually, although the reason it is even is probably because of the lead that General Dill has in the top lane.
Yeah, if he didn't have that lead, OeG would be 3k ahead at 18 minutes, so it's really on General Dill to keep them in this game.
Oh, General Dill getting collapsed on by 3 members, but Neil the Steel is here! Chaboy is charming them up, but Zorpox is also here! Everyone is here! There's tentacles here! I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going, but it doesn't go that direction at all, actually. And now I am disappointed. Sir Everett does warm up a stun on the backside, gets onto Hiromar, who has no vision of that brush, but does get the stun. General Chris is here and warps back. Account killing Neil the Steel with the flash.
Just pops him with that Q, and Dragon is now available for OeG to take, with the jungle dead on LAS.
Yeah. With the jungler dead, you're gonna have a bad time. Now,
2 Mountain Drakes, that is not what what LAS wants to see. OeG is going to have a lot of pressure on that Baron. They'll be able to take it so easily once it spawns.
Especially
With a
because-
third Mountain Drake coming up soon.
especially because Baron is one of their win conditions. And Account actually going to start running onto General Dill. Doesn't actually get much for his troubles, though.
Yeah, Count burns the Emo Plague, does not get a kill on General Dill, gets scared away by the rest of the team.
But he has gotten himself back into this game because of his kills and his ability to do that, despite the fact that he's almost been flamed Horizon by the original General.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Neil the Steel has transformed into Ross, bringing in some of that CC and that off-tankiness. And he is going to summon the Rift Herald mid. I don't actually know if this gets to crash, though.
It might not.
Summon it a bit too far back, and yeah, that is an amateur mistake by Neil the Steel. You gotta wait until that wave is right up against the turret before you summon that. That was pretty bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
It just kind of wasted it. Yeah, Brand finishes the Abyssal Mask. I'm really hoping he builds a little bit of damage soon. Because he is sitting on 35 AP right now.
Hey man, Brand's one of those champions that you could build whatever you want and still be relevant.
There was some miss in the knockout.
Just absolutely tragic. Just what a tragedy. What a tragedy.
Do you approve of the Lucian building Black Cleaver second and not the Essence Reaver?
I've been seeing more and more AD carries do that. It's okay, because you're gonna get the armor shred, you're gonna get the CDR. Spooped unloads his ulti that, you know, takes a little bit of health bars off. But
Could have angled a little bit better, but
not much else. Yeah, I mean it's okay. You get the ability to kite better because of the Phage passive. You get the CDR, you get a little tankier. It's not bad. Honestly, Essence Reaver and Black Cleaver can be changed second or third, depending on what you're feeling. But I've been seeing more and more AD carries go for Cleaver and then Essence Reaver.
LAS currently busy playing A-Ramp, just letting General Chris push down these bot turrets. No one's coming to stop him right now. General Dill finally coming. The turret's at half health.
And with that, the E-Girls are just going to turn onto this Baron. They do have 2 Mountain Drakes, so they should take this somewhat quickly. The long anime schlongs do spot this out. Huge taunt onto Digital Love, who starts calling the, just Chaboy actually. Neil the Steel actually gets the jungler. Hirmar is also taken down, but that doesn't matter because Neil the Steel is on a rampage in this backline. And he doesn't go any further because General Chris has reared his ugly head.
General Dill tries to TP in to stop General Chris and just cancels it. His TPs have just kind of been baited out over and over again by OeG.
Yeah, multiple times these TPs have come in to no avail.
Flame Horizon has come for General Dill.
Can we get 2?
Ooh, that is a tall task. He's at 10 CS per minute right now. It'd have to get even rougher for a cow.
He could do it. I mean, you just gotta believe in yourself. Spoop's having what we in the business call a bad time, and meanwhile, Account on the top side looking at Neil the Steel. He does proto belt, and Neil the Steel gets away. So just a bit of a lull in the action here. Oh, General Chris does some stuff. Alright, that was stuff that happened.
It's always weird looking at that chain after the LeBlanc jumps back, because it's just like your entire screen.
Yeah. And General Dill slowly but surely just working on this turret. But here comes the Goon Squad. He ulties onto Account, does get the Hemoplague on him, pops the Sterix Gates. Chaboy is going to CC him up, and Account does take down General Dill. That's what you get for making my laning phase a living hell. Now to the Shadow Realm you go.
Getting his revenge.
Meanwhile, the 55 AP Brand is going to pick up that blue buff.
Third Mountain Drake is coming up. OeG can take it so quickly, but they can also take his bot turret so quickly they decide to push up to it.
I think they should look for this Mountain Drake and deny that from the long animation longs. Because Brand with just 1 Mountain Drake would melt the Baron, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that...
Vladimir's... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, that does look like it's going to be the call, but you keep going.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, Brand is pretty lucky by just, like, Spellbinder being an item. Because even though he's so far behind, as long as he can stack that Spellbinder, he can be very relevant in teamfight with so much AP with that item. So it just kind of makes up for being so far behind in gold. It's like 3 AP. Oh,
And Zorpox just dies. Alright, well, that's why you don't walk near LeBlanc.
Yeah, it just kind of gets popped. They had a ward there, or he died warding is what I think happened.
I'm not even sure. I just know 1 minute he was on the screen, and then I looked away and he was gone. And you know, kids, that's why you don't bring sushi to a gunfight. All right, now I know what you're thinking.
No, I agree. I agree.
I know what you're thinking, Piper. In what world does what you say just make sense? Yeah, I don't know.
LeBlanc doesn't have a gun. If she had a gun blade, you know, I'd be cool with that. But...
Yeah, those are days I don't miss. Gunblade LeBlanc, no thanks. Just a million burst. Oh, and I also heal back all of the damage I deal.
When Riot reworks LeBlanc and then just says, you know, let's just rework her back. Completely the other, like, to the original one. Yeah, this Baron's starting to get really scary. Both teams need to start warning that area a little bit more and stop worrying about the Alawi pushing, because if OeG just hops on this Baron, Alawi has to back off wherever she is, or just get her TP out. Like, they don't need to bring General Chris down there.
Account actually face checks 3 of them and doesn't even seem to realize what just happened. He does get tagged by the Brandstone. He isn't cool, and Kneel to Steel is going to kill him. Spooked going to channel an ulti over absolutely no one. He does get followed by Digital Love, and Kneel to Steel also kills him, and the score is now 9-11. Bush did it.
I respect your opinions.
That was more for the meme than anything else. Because I am a terrible person.
Oh goodness. General Chris actually got pushed out of the bot lane by General Dill, got to almost 10% health by smacking by Alawi. Which is what I'm saying, like, OeG needs to stop trying to deal with this Alawi. Like, they know she's huge. They can't really kill her very easily. They need to just, I mean, as they go for a 3-man gank on her as she walks away, I mean, they need to be baiting this Baron. They have 3 Mountain Drakes.
Absolutely. The issue is that they as a team do not take it very quickly. The only one of them that's going to deal super significant damage to it is the Jax, but that's going to be the one tanking it. Meanwhile, Zorpox takes half his health from one QE from General Chris. General Chris is just going to make his wrath known. Chunking Hirmar out. And this, my friends, is why you do not give Chris LeBlanc.
Brand looks like he's finishing up the zone. He's finally going to have a little bit of damage, but none of the items that Brand really wants.
Yeah, now Account is going to flash onto General Dill, dodging the ulti out from Dill. The Sterix gauge is going to be popped, and he does grab Account with the Test of Spirit. General Dill winning that 1v1 that Account initiated. Huge miscalculation. That Executioner's Culling and Vamp Scepter paying dividends for General Dill.
Yeah, Account screwed up a little bit there. He got his buffed up Q prepared, didn't use it, and then walked off and just got killed. I mean, he might have been able to heal up just enough to get out. Ooh, Sir Everett wants to get the revenge.
Yep, and he probably will be able to do it. Yeah.
Good smack into Alawi.
But Alawi does get the turret, which I think was her goal there. She does have to trade her life. And cedes that pressure, but now she is a death stance, which is going to make her even harder to kill than she already is.
Yeah, Jonathan might have died, but I think at the end of the day, he's saying words, because he did get that kill on Account and got... Chris hanging out in this jungle, walking over a bunch of wards.
Yep. Does get tagged with the knockup, almost kills Neil the Steel, and shut down by Digital Love 69 with the combined efforts of the Schlongs.
Yeah, the beautiful 2-kill shutdowns we can get now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, you know, yeah, because, you know, like, if you kill your laner twice, or if you're in bot lane and you like double kill the bot lane, and then they come and gank you and kill you after that, then they effectively get more gold, even though you were the one that, like, took the
that is true.
initiative and killed them first. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, I do like the change of a shutdown being solo gold, because it kind of allows one player who's getting fed to, you know, carry his team. Kind of like that idea, but the 2 kills just seems like anyone could just grab 2 kills, you know?
Yeah. Like, I accidentally get double kills all the time. It's called being an 80 carry and right-clicking things.
Another dragon taking Elder's coming up next. And if another comes up, I mean, OeG is gonna melt it.
Yeah, I think,
3 mountain drakes.
yeah, I think, Sir Everett's just really needs to, petition for a Dragon Slayer Jack skin. Because this game, he has been dominating those dragon takes.
Oh, yeah. Server's starting to beef up a little bit. Got the Thornmail completed. Has another Ruby Crystal. Probably building, I'd say, Randuin's probably. So you can probably tank the Baron a little bit more reliably now.
Neil Steel actually going to jump onto Sir Everett's. Flashes the Nami bubble, forcing the ulti out and shut down by General Chris onto Digital Up. This is a huge fight for the Schlongs. Or not the Schlongs, the E-Girls, sorry. Account going to kill Hiramar on the backside. And meanwhile,
around, just go for the Baron boy. Like, what are you doing?
General Dill does zone Zorpox off, and they need to go for this Baron now, but General Dill is pushing that bot lane with a big wave. They have to get this Baron and give up that bot wave. Neil the Steel is hanging around here. Let's see if he can live up to his name, despite the level difference. And there is no steal. Just a Neil.
General Chris doing his best to prevent John Doe from getting this inhib. I think it's a good trade. I don't mind giving up the 1 turn if they can just start getting that lane pushed out with those Baron minions and not
yeah, if they can
save
the inhibitor and still get a bunch of turrets off of this Baron, you know, it'll be worth it. It'll be okay.
The only issue I see for OeG right now is, you know, like, them not having TP is really starting to, like, weigh a little bit heavily on them. No one can really, like, someone always has to recall to stop General Dill splash. You know, and then they recall, come to General Dill TPs to a team fight, and it's a 4v5 all of a sudden in favor of LAS.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
they need to just, you know, do they just ignore General Dill and push as hard as they can?
Yeah. Meanwhile, General Chris trying to kill him on the backside. General Dill is going to do stuff. I lost track of my thought halfway through my sentence. General Dill going full monkey mode onto Zorpox actually does kill him with the Ignite and gets out because LeBlanc is a fair and balanced champion.
Yeah, looks like mid lane will be going to OeG pretty soon without the Nami. While Sir Everett's just pushes that top lane. Sir Everett's is starting to get really huge on his Jax. I don't really know who can deal with him right now other than the Alawi.
He just answered that. It's the Alawi.
General
Chris.
He's 2 levels down.
Giving Hiramar a piece of his mind. And with the Baron and the 3 Mountain Drakes, yeah, these turrets just die.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, turrets. Bye, Inhib. General Dill flashing into the team, ulting and hitting maybe half of a person.
I think 1 person.
That's awkward. Another turret has been destroyed by Sir Everett's on the top side while this fight is going on. And Sir Everett's is here. He's hitting General Dill. He dodges the Nami Q. Account has killed General Dill, and Hiramar is on the wrong side of this team fight. He's going to double kill for the account blood guy. He's doing it. By the way, we also had 2 Flame Horizons. I didn't get to say that, but we did.
Where's the second one? Oh, mid lane.
Yes, mid lane.
Irmar comes in from the side, ults his brand, and does literally no damage because he has an abyssal mask.
Yeah, feels something, man.
Just got the bot turret left. They still have about 30 seconds of Baron left. They might be able to get this inhib. No one can really clear.
Yeah, but they can't really step up that much, especially with Spook dealing that much big damage. Spook actually going to flash away from the tidal wave. And Neil of Steel just going to go down to Spook. Tiramar going to ult with his dank, you know, dank damage. See your boy going to ult in and misses everyone. Spook just killed Hiramar. What is going on? This is a fiesta. I don't know what to do. I don't even know what's going on. And it looks like the Ocean Z girls are going to back off. General Chris does escape, but he is now a vessel in the base.
3 inhibs taken by OeG. The double minions are starting to pour in. The Winions might just win this game for them. Elder Dragon's up in 30 seconds. I cannot see LAS going to Elder Dragon right now. It is way too risky. These minions are going to crush their base.
Yeah, they can't really leave their base right now. They're just... See, this is the bad times of having pretty much one person be your team. In this case, the General, Dill.
He is coming up on a double Flame Horizon.
Yeah, he is. He is 2 minions away from double Flame Horizoning. Oh, the Generals are going to meet. A meeting of the Generals, but a count is here. General Dill hitting the test of spirit with the tentacles, and now General Chris is his vessel across the way, but a count is just absorbing this HP in the back. General Dill giving the blood guy a piece of his mind, but here comes Sir Everett's getting the stun, and a count is on a rampage. Meanwhile, Neil the Steel going to ult, and he is going to give up the double kill to a count. Suboy going to pick up Zorpox on the back side. Sir Everett's actually going to claim that kill. And with that, I think the Ocean Z girls just run it in and end this game here.
Just saying, screw the dragon. We can win the game. That turret is melted with that MF auto.
Yeah, that seems about par for the course at this point. General kill Chris trying to pad the stats, but instead kills himself as he's killing Digital Love. A count also going to dive the fountain, but that ends poorly.
GG.
GG. No re. Well, that was a game.
Yeah, rough times for LAS.
Ugh. So, oh God, someone has to make a poll. I don't want to make a poll. Straw poll. All right, we're gonna pull up the stats page. Lots of damage coming out from this Alawi. Also, a lot of damage coming out from this Vladimir and the LeBlanc.
You might want to, I think, change your overlay. I don't think they can see it.
Yeah, you're right. There we go. Alright, hold on. I gotta put my MVP poll stuff in. But, Rafal, who do you give your MVP to?
I don't know. Account had a very rough time, but he, you know, at the end of the day, he was very, very useful for the team despite being, like, horribly behind early game. I might be wanting to give it to him just because of, you know, losing lane that hard and still being super, super relevant by the end of the game. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Sir Everett's was kind of all over the map. You know, aside from some really knuckle-headed Invades really just made his presence known. It was an interesting thing. Also, Sivan just kind of took out his long anime schlong and beat everyone with it. It was certainly an interesting thing. So it's very hard for me to decide. But, you know, I think there are reasons for basically anyone on the top side of this map.
Yeah.
Tsuboy had some very good engages too. Let's not downplay that at all. But you know, yeah, there you go.
You know, I might be thinking. Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably Sir Everett's. I mean, every fight they won, he was, you know, showing up. I mean, I remember that at one point in the game, I mean, both junglers got killed pretty early on and just kind of like silly plays. But, you know, Sir Everett's kind of, you know, pulled himself out of that, started to get kills after that, built up an advantage, and Neil Steel just started to fall more and more behind. So, I might be thinking Sir Everett's for my MVP this game.
All right. I could understand that too. All right, so go ahead and get those results posted in there. I posted the link in chat. You should be able to find it there. And for that, we are going to take a short break while we switch streams. We are going to be switching over to PMA LCS. So we will go ahead and take that. Yeah, we're on the main channel now.
We got the commands now.
Alrighty. So now we have that, and I can actually do stuff on there. So we will switch over to PMA LCS. And until then, stay tuned.